The movie begins sometime in 2000, when two scientists had just finished their lobotomies and were cleaning up. Feeling carefree about disposing of hazardous chemicals, the American military pathologist instructs his Korean assistant to throw 200 bottles of liquid formaldehyde down the drain, leading to the Han River. 2 years later, a pair of fishermen notice strange amphibious creatures swimming underwater. These anomalies grow in the water, exhausting all the fish in the river. 4 years later, a man commits suicide by jumping off a bridge and letting himself get consumed by a sizable underwater entity. At the same time, a moronic storekeeper, Park Gang-do, runs a small snack bar at the park near the Han River under the watchful eye of his father, Hee-bong. After an unscheduled nap, he meets his daughter, Hyun-seo, who bellyaches about her uncle Nam-il's drunken shenanigans. They then gather near the TV to watch his sister, national medalist Nam-ju, competing in an archery competition. Gang-do is tasked with delivering food to some patrons when he gets enamored by the sighting of a strange creature hanging on the bridge. The curious onlookers witness it break out of its slimy cocoon and drop into the water. To summon it, they throw food and beer cans into the river, not knowing the creature has already come ashore to run along the waterway, freaking everyone out. It flings anyone in its path and tramples unsuspecting park visitors. After it enters a patrol house to devour the people inside, Gang-do and an American tourist pry open another door to let them out, only to see the beast free. It then devours the American man, despite the heroic efforts of Gang-do. Elsewhere, Hyun-seo leaves the snack disappointed over her aunt's loss in the competition when she gets grabbed by her father as others desperately flee from the creature. Unfortunately, Gang-do loses her in the chaos, watching her get captured by the beast using its tail as it dives underwater. Gang-do returns to the snack bar in disbelief over the incident. By nightfall, South Korean government representatives and the military quarantined the area and deemed it restricted to the public. They soon set up a mass funeral for the victims, devastating Nam-ju, who offers her bronze medal for her missing niece. Nam-il arrives as everyone breaks down at Hyun-seo's altar while photographers take pictures of their anguish. The two brothers fight, as Nam-il blames Gang-do for holding onto the wrong girl's hand instead of Hyun-seo during the panic. As they reminisce about the girl's life, a government agent in a hazmat suit asks for all the witnesses to the incident to follow new quarantine guidelines as the area is fumigated. Gang-do confesses getting blood splattered on his face during the creature's onslaught, prompting the government agents to capture and detain him, fearing he might have been exposed to the creature directly. His helpless family is then escorted to a transport vehicle to take them to a quarantine facility. While traveling, they watch a news story about the incident, in which it is revealed the creature is a host of a deadly but unknown viral strand. The government recalls all military units in the Han River and replaces them with special forces trained in biological warfare. Later, the family reunites at a hospital, where they are prohibited from leaving. At the same time, Gang-do, complaining about a strange itch on his back, gets tested for the virus. Later, while eating a can of squid, he miraculously gets a call from Hyun-seo, who tells him she is trapped with the creature in the sewers before her cell phone battery dies out. The following day, the beast abducts one of the quarantine officials and takes it to the sewers, where Hyun-seo tries desperately to find other means of contacting her father. Meanwhile, her family pleads with a security guard to investigate the matter and find her in the sewers, only to dismiss their claims, believing Gang-do is mentally inadequate. Seizing an opportunity to escape, Hee-bong calls a family friend to meet them at the parking garage. The family makes a hilarious attempt to leave the hospital, getting chased by staff and security guards. They rush toward the getaway vehicle and recover Nam-ju, who gets left behind during the escape. Though the family successfully evades their pursuers, Hee-bong is left with a massive bill for the gangster friend's freelance services and a truck loaded with guns. After the transaction, the family drives through the streets and passes a security checkpoint, posing as a fumigation team and bribing the security head with Gang-do's savings. Over the night, they search every corner of the sewers for Hyun-seo. Still, they cannot map her exact location due to the vague description of her hideout. Not long after their search, they notice strange movements and attempt to investigate the area, only to find rushing water. Elsewhere, two homeless boys, Se-jin and Se-yo, retreat from the sewers and break into Gang-do's snack bar to load supplies. Afterward, they return to the underside of the bridge when the creature appears above and chases them. Meanwhile, Hyun-seo and her family envision themselves reuniting and returning to the snack bar to feverishly eat bowls of instant ramen. While the family sustains themselves in real life, the young girl escapes from her disillusionment. She sees the creature regurgitate the two homeless teenagers. She immediately awakens Se-yo, who has been left alive, and protects him from the beast's gaze. Elsewhere, as they get their fill of ramen, Nam-il and Nam-ju stock up with weapons and ammo. At the same time, a tuckered-out Gang-do sleeps, much to their delight since the siblings believe he is unreliable. However, Hee-bong helps them realize that his weak-minded behavior stems from parental misguidance, as he confesses his failure to nurture him when he lost his wife. This forced independence made him lack protein, making him narcoleptic. He tells them how hard it is to be in his shoes after losing his only child, so they must learn to be friendly and refrain from scolding him. Suddenly, Gang-do awakens and interrupts their heartfelt conversation as he sees the amphibious creature outside their snack bar surveilling them. Hee-dong quietly retrieves his shotgun and points towards it, but his gunshot only provokes the creature to ram them, toppling over the entire establishment. He shoots it once more from the opening. He briefly incapacitates it until it awakens and crawls away when Nam-il opens fire. They chase it to the river, prompting Hee-dong to hunt it down while he tells his children to stay away before Nam-ju attempts to fire her bow and arrow. Suddenly, the grotesque creature appears before him, so he prepares to shoot. However, due to Gang-do's miscalculation of the remaining shotgun shells, he is left defenseless, signaling his son to go as he gets attacked and bitten to death before the monster dives underwater. His children rush to his lifeless body before they leave him to escape. Still, a guilty and grief-stricken Gang-do struggles to depart from his father, getting himself captured by the military police. Sometime later, a news broadcast details the manhunt for Gang-do's family and the government's countermeasure, Agent Yellow, an advanced chemical deployment system developed in the United States that can suppress the deadly virus. At night, Nam-il meets with his old friend, Fat Guevara, who steals clothes from a dry cleaner so that he can remain in disguise inside his office building. Once there, he helps him locate Hyun-seo with the company laptop through cell phone records. However, while Nam-il is distracted, he secretly tips off government agents hiding in another room about him to claim a portion of the bounty since Nam-soo is not present. They immediately swarm Nam-il, who manages to pinpoint his niece's location at Wonhyo Bridge, before short-circuiting the power to escape. He crawls out on the other side of the office and runs out of the building, evading approaching police patrols. While hiding under a bridge, he texts Nam-ju the location of Hyun-seo before passing out. Meanwhile, Nam-soo charges her phone and receives her brother's text message. As she rushes to the bridge, she encounters the creature. Still, she fails to shoot her arrow, getting devoured and regurgitated in a pit. Luckily, she had phoned Gang-do, who was in quarantine. Despite his insistence on leaving and saving her, the doctors restrain him to forcibly take a tissue sample from his body. An American scientist interrogates him and diagnoses him with dementia, telling his colleague they will need to extract the virus from his brain. Somehow, he overhears the pair discussing that the virus is a hoax purposely spread to keep the creature's origin secret. Gang-do then prepares for a lobotomy as he protests and asks Hyun-seo for forgiveness, failing to save her. Unbeknownst to him, she safely hides with Seo in a sewer pipe. She invites him to eat at their food stand once he is free from the creature. She then ties up all the loose clothing to make a rope, hurling it toward the upper pipe so they can climb out of the pit. They pause as the creature awakens from slumber and spits out human bones. It senses Hyun-seo's presence and lunges at her as the poor girl tries to break free. Meanwhile, a dazed Gang-do seizes the opportunity to hold one of the nurses hostage as he threatens to spread the virus to everyone if he is not allowed to leave. The staff and the military officials frantically keep their distance as he locates an ambulance and drives away. Elsewhere, Nam-il awakens and coerces a homeless man to help him get to the bridge and kill the creature. The pair hitch a taxi ride as Nam-il bribes the driver to let them prepare hazardous chemicals. At the same time, he takes them to Wonhyo through a swarm of protesters against the Agent Yellow chemical. Later, while Gang-do searches the sewers under the bridge, Hyun-seo awakens next to a weary Seo and prepares to jump on the creature's back while it sleeps to reach the improvised rope. However, she gets caught midair by its tail. Realizing it is fully aware of its surroundings while sleeping, they run back to the pipe as it suddenly lunges. Not long after, Gang-do reaches the pit and drops down the improvised rope, realizing one of the clothes belongs to his daughter. He then sees the amphibious creature dangling Hyun-seo from its mouth and follows it. Not long after, he reunites with Nam-soo as she attempts to shoot the creature with her bow and arrow. They run after it across the bridge as it swims towards the open area filled with protesters being sprayed with the chemical by the police. Gang-do acts quickly, jumping into the water and swimming to the shore to save Hyun-seo while a policeman shoots the monster. Nam-soo, Nam-il, and the homeless man follow suit in attacking the creature, with the former igniting it in flames after it consumes the gasoline spilled off the bridge. Gang-do appears before the beast escapes to the river and stabs it in the throat to kill it. As the siblings mourn for Hyun-seo, Gang-do revives Seo, asking how he met his daughter before carrying him to safety. Sometime later in the winter, Gang-do manages the snack bar independently while becoming Seo's adoptive parent. He hears a noise while staring at the river but finds nothing unusual. The movie ends as he eats dinner with the young boy while ignoring the news report about the mishandling of information that led to the devastating aftermath of the river monster incident. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to help the channel out. Have a nice day.